NBA champion heads to Orlando in surprise off-season trade. As free agency whispers grow louder and front offices look for the missing pieces to their puzzles, rumors about big trades feel almost inevitable. But this latest proposal is different. This isn't about superstars or blockbuster names. It's about bold strategy, filling glaring gaps, and betting on untapped potential. The Golden State Warriors, long renowned for their outside shooting prowess, may be on the verge of sending guard Moses Moody, an NBA champion, to the Orlando Magic in exchange for a tantalizing international duo, Goga Bitadze from Georgia and Germany's Tristan da Silva. As we break down every angle of this trade, let's ask the question on everyone's mind. Does this deal finally give the Magic the sharp shooting they desperately need, and is it the move to help extend the Warriors' success into a new era? Orlando's shooting struggles, and why Moses Moody is the answer all season. One glaring stat hung over the Orlando Magic, 31.8% from beyond the arc, ranking dead last in the NBA for three-point efficiency in 2025. Even with an energetic young core fighting for Eastern Conference legitimacy, their inability to stretch the floor has handicapped the offense in high-stakes games. Enter Moses Moody, a 22-year-old who, despite a stinker playoff run this year, has quietly become one of the most reliable deep threats in the league since entering as a lottery pick in 2021. Moody has never shot below 36% from three-point range and closed out the 2025 regular season at an impressive 37.4%. He's used to operating in a Golden State system where ball movement and perimeter shooting are the lifeblood of the attack, a pedigree Orlando craves. For head coach Jamal Mosley and the Magic front office, Moody represents more than spacing. He's an infusion of championship DNA, a player who understands what it takes to win and won't shy away from big moments. Given Orlando's lack of perimeter punch and its need for a confident shooter, it's no wonder they're expressing interest. With Moody, Orlando gets not just a piece for now, but a young player with room to blossom in a bigger role. Moses Moody's perspective, ready for a new role. Moody's interest in Orlando isn't hard to understand. Despite flashes of excellence, his minutes often fluctuated under Steve Kerr's crowded Warriors rotations. Last year, he averaged just 22.3 minutes per game, frequently ceding time to veteran guards and emerging wings. In Orlando, the calculus shifts. Mosley's squad needs a consistent outside threat, and it would be nearly impossible for Moody not to see a jump in both usage and impact. In the Magic's younger, more flexible system, Moody could have the green light to stretch his skill set. He'd be able to take more shots, develop his ability to create off the dribble, and mentor a locker room looking for leadership that's been there before. Imagine Moody forming a youth-forward nucleus, alongside Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Markelle Fultz. Suddenly Orlando's offense feels much less one-dimensional. In what the Warriors gain, size, skill, and a nod to the future. But why would Golden State part with a promising shooter? The answer lies in their own evolving needs. With Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler still anchoring a championship core, but with age and physicality catching up, the Warriors' front court has begun to shrink, especially against bigger, more athletic rivals out west. That's where Goga Bitadze enters the picture. The 7-footer from Georgia is known as a tough, fundamentally sound center who can protect the rim, rebound, and chip in as a traditional big, exactly the sort of insurance policy the Warriors have lacked since their early dynasty days. Meanwhile, Tristan da Silva, just entering his sophomore season, is seen across the league as a high-upside forward. He's long, athletic, and already shows flashes of being able to guard multiple positions and hit perimeter shots. For Steve Kerr, da Silva could be a developmental weapon in modern, switch-heavy lineups, a player who could eventually replace or play alongside Kuminga, Wiggins, or even Butler when going small. Together, Bitadze and da Silva give the Warriors much-needed depth, international flair, and a path forward as they transition into a more versatile, future-ready roster. The risks, the rewards, and the big picture, of course. This proposal isn't without question marks. For Golden State, the major risk is giving up on Moody before his true breakout. If he's unleashed in Orlando and becomes a 15-18 points per game difference maker, the loss could sting for years. That said, the Warriors must constantly balance win-now ambitions with replenishing the pipeline, especially as competition gets bigger and more physical. Orlando, on the other hand, parts with two valuable international assets, one proven and one brimming with potential, for a shooter who hasn't yet been a full-time starter. But that risk may be exactly the swing the Magic need to finally break free from mediocrity in the East. From a big-picture perspective, these are the kinds of moves that define team identities and competitive arcs: trading size for shooting, youth for proven pedigree, and comfort for the challenge of change. Locker room culture and international impact, it's also worth looking at off-court dynamics. Moody brings not just shooting, but a winning mentality. The Magic locker room, young and hungry, would only benefit from his influence in practice and close games. On the Warriors' side, adding Batadze and Da Silva would further internationalize a roster that's grown accustomed to blending styles and backgrounds, potentially reigniting their signature ball movement identity with fresh perspectives. Both players could also serve as cultural bridges, helping their new teams create tighter bonds and adapt to changing NBA dynamics, in where diversity of skill and background increasingly drives success. Will this trade actually happen? Nothing is certain in the NBA rumor mill, but the logic on both sides is sound. Golden State addresses multiple needs with one move. Orlando solves the shooting conundrum that has haunted them for 2 seasons. If both front offices are serious about making real progress, not just tinkering on the margins, this deal is the type of bold action that could define their off-seasons. Insider or outsider, would you say yes? So let's throw it to you. If you're running the Warriors or the Magic, does this international swap make sense? Should Golden State gamble on size and upside, or is Moody simply too valuable to ship? Out? For Orlando fans, would you pay the price to bring in a floor spacer with a championship resume? Jump into the comments below and make your voices heard. And if you appreciated this deep analysis into the offseason's hottest trade rumor, hit that like button to keep supporting the channel. We'll be back with more NBA news, analysis, and exclusive stories all summer long, so tune in and stay. Ahead of the game, don't blink. This summer, every move could change the NBA's balance of power.